guys, Happy New Year, welcome back. So it is 2015, new year, new start, fresh beginning, that's the main thing. So yeah, brand new episode of Ask Snes, first episode of the brand new year. So I hope we're going to get some really good questions today and make it exciting. Anyway, I hope you all had a good night last night, didn't get too drunk, you're all safe, that's the main thing. And hopefully we're all going to have a fantastic 2015, it's going to be a brilliant year, everything's going to go right. Everything's going to get better and we're all going to be happy. That's all you can ask for. Right, so on with the questions. So first set of questions are from Scribble Sam Animation. So cheers Sam. And first question is, do you like beat 'em ups such as Street Fighter and Tekken? And if so, can you name 5 of your favourite beat 'em up games? Well, to me a beat 'em up is more of a scrolling beat 'em up. That's a one-on-one fighter with Street Fighter. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I mean Street Fighter is one of my favourite games of all time, bar none. In fact, probably my favourite game. It's just amazing. Tekken, yeah, I like it. I'm not brilliant at it. It's a lot more technical than Street Fighter, so I'm probably going to get slammed for that now. But yeah, for me it is anyway. I find it a lot more difficult to get into, where Street Fighter's a lot easier to learn the moves. But them two are definitely in my top 5. They're absolutely fantastic, especially Tekken 3. Love that game. Other than that, I haven't played a whole lot of them to really have enough experience to actually to say I've got 5 that I really enjoy. So really it is only, yeah, I can only think Street Fighter and Tekken, because I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy. I never really liked that game. It's good, it's alright, like, you know, but it doesn't blow me away like Street Fighter does. It has its merits, but maybe you could put that in my top 5 because I haven't played a lot of games. Let's put it that way. Other than that, I haven't really played many of the other, because there's loads like the Capcom games. There's the vampire game, which I've forgotten the bloody name of. That's annoying, but yeah, there's a few that I'm aware of. I've just never played myself, so yeah. Next question. Since you like Britney Spears, what is your opinion on Chris Crocker? I have no idea who that is, Sam, so I'm going to have to find out. I don't know. So I assume by the big bracketed "Leave Britney alone" that Chris Crocker's having a go at Britney, and if so, yeah, leave her alone. Which of the following 3 logos do you think looks the coolest? N64's NQ, PlayStation logo, or Sega Saturn logo? Probably PlayStation. I like the way they combine the P and the S, and the colours they use as well look really cool. The N64 logo is a really close challenger though, because that is a really cool logo. The Saturn one's alright, but I'm never a big fan of it. That's not just because I wasn't a Saturn kid, I just don't think it's as good as the other. So yeah, I'd go PlayStation. Do you wish Mega Man was owned by a different company, maybe Nintendo? I would love to see a Mega Man game on the Wii U, then maybe, just maybe, I'll buy a Wii U. Well, you never know, it's always possible. It is a Capcom game, isn't it? So, with the whole thing with Capcom at the moment being able to, other companies being able to buy them, I still think Nintendo should just get on that and do it, because then we could have, you know, Mega Man games for the Mega Man fans and Street Fighter games and just loads of exclusive stuff on Wii U, which would be fantastic. So yeah, hopefully. If you were put in charge of Nintendo, what would you personally make different about the Wii U? And Sam would make some better games, because the ones they have on offer are just not tempting enough to buy a Wii U. Sure, the graphics are beautiful, but not even that's enough. At the moment, I personally would say stay on the tractor one, because they're doing the right thing finally. It's like the 3DS, they took forever to get going, and once they did, they're on fire. I obviously have criticised the Wii U in the way it's been handled in the past, because I wasn't happy. You know, being someone who jumped in at launch, I definitely wasn't happy the way we were treated in terms of game releases. But now they are starting to turn the corner. The marketing is still absolutely god-awful, terrible, and just pretty much non-existent from what I've seen on TV. They're not making a real effort of actually advertising the machine and making it clear that it is a new console. They've made a right cock up of that, and hopefully with the next console they won't do that. They'll learn from that mistake. Fingers crossed. But yeah, in terms of the games, I'd say stay on the track you're on, because I mean 2015 we're in now. The games that are coming out this year, they've got such a nice, solid lineup of games coming out. I mean, obviously it depends if it appeals to you or not. I mean, that's just like the PS4 for me at the moment. There's been a lot of games that come out on PS4 and Xbox One the last year. For me personally, there hasn't been anything that I've been interested in. The only game that I've really piqued my interest was Evil Within, and even that I wasn't 100% sure. I was on the fence with. Crash Test Gaming has sort of pushed me a bit towards buying that now, so I might get it now, it's cheap. But other than that, it's just been a lot of re-released games that I've already played and I'm not interested in re-owning. Other than The Last of Us, because I want to play the DLC, and it would be nice to see it in higher res, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, with Nintendo, Now, so many great games coming out this year that really interest me. I mean, Treasure Tracker's coming out tomorrow. It's already sort of out in this country. Some people have already got it. And all I've read online is just praise. It's a really great game, so I'm excited to play that when it arrives. Just had a bit of an issue with Amazon at the moment trying to get it shipped to me, but we'll get there. Unfortunately, just a side note, yeah, Amazon. My debit card broke a couple of months back. It split, so I had to get a new one from the bank. So I got a new one. I went onto Amazon and all the sites that I use it on, and PayPal, etc. Updated all my details like you do, put the new one on, took the old one off. So Amazon's only got the new card, and I've been buying stuff off Amazon since. No problem at all the orders have been going through. I've had a pre-order for Toad Tracker for a few months now. I got an email 2 nights ago, and it said, we're having difficulty charging your card. So I thought, I know what's happened here. So I went in, had a look at the order, and sure enough, it's got the old card details attached, even though they're not actually attached to my account because I removed them. So obviously when you make the order, it sticks with that detail no matter what, and for some reason doesn't update when you update your card details. I don't know what that's all about. Surely if I put new card details on the account, it should just charge whatever card is on the account. So anyway, I did that straight away. As soon as I got the email, I immediately did it. Obviously it's now New Year's Day, so it's bank holiday, so they won't be working. I don't think they will be anyway. But yeah, they're taking ages to ship my game now. It's like, come on, I've changed the details. It should be instant. You should just carry on processing my order. But you know, I'm not going to slag them off because I love Amazon. They're a brilliant company. I've never had a problem with them, so it's just a bit of a minor gripe. But anyway, Nintendo, yeah, just stay on the same track. Hopefully, we'll find out what's going to happen come E3. When June rolls around, I'm hoping they're just going to give us an amazing demo of Star Fox, an amazing demo of the new Zelda, really shock people and go, wow. They might even have Ocarina of Time on 3DS. Good possibility, I would have thought, because it's coming out this year, isn't it? So, yeah, if they keep doing that and they come out and they give us some absolutely solid demos, and then they also announce a lot of new games that are coming out that are really impressive. Obviously games that people want, like F-Zero, and as well as completely original, fresh titles. If they just keep doing that until they bring a new console out, I think it'll be fine, and the console will be a bit of a niche collectible, but it's going to have a really solid library. So yeah, long answer, but I got there in the end. What are your opinions on Sega's 2 underrated consoles, the Saturn and the Dreamcast? Well, the Dreamcast, I love it. To me, it's always been just a portable arcade machine. You know, it's just an arcade machine in your house. It's amazing. Some fantastic titles on it. The graphics are great. You know, I had one right at the end when it was dying, and I loved it. I remember playing Crazy Taxi, and it was, man, I got hooked on Matt Hoffman's BMX, which was an absolutely awesome game. So I'm a big fan of Tony Hawk, so natural transition. Yeah, Saturn, I really like it. It's a good system. I've not played enough of it to really give a good, you know, a good explanation of how I feel. But from what I've played of it, good system. I've never played enough of the Japanese market. So I've had Japanese Saturns. I've just never really explored it enough, and I know that the Japanese market is the better market to go for because there's a hell of a lot more selection, and there's a lot of great games on the system. So yeah, I think it's a really solid machine. Not as good as a PlayStation, but it's still a solid machine. And what is your opinion on fanboyism? I think it's stupid. As I've said before, when we were growing up, yeah, you have a dig and you'd be like, oh, the Spectrum shit, or Specky fans would be like, Commodore shit, or, you know, we both like Amstrad shit. I mean, and Amstrad people would be like, they're both shit. But, you know, it'd be a bit of fun and a bit of playground banter and a bit of a laugh. Nowadays, and as I said, it's got to be down to the internet, I reckon, and the culture that the younger generation have been brought up in, unfortunately. I just think that it's just so much actual vitriol and hatred, and I just think, why? It's a bloody games console. So what if you like one console more than the other, and your friend likes the other one that you don't like? Big deal. As long as you're playing games that you enjoy and you're having fun with the machine, that is all that matters. It really doesn't matter what other people like. You know. So what if someone's a big fan of Xbox, but you think it's a piece of crap? Big deal. Enjoy your PlayStation and have fun with it, you know, and vice versa. I think it's really silly. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Not really, mate. To be honest with you, I've decided not to bother this year because there's no point. Because I was talking to Alex the other night, Blue Tonic 78, and you have these New Year's resolutions. Within a week, you've broken them already. You've given up. So no, I'm just going to go with the flow and see what happens this year. I think it's the best way. So thanks for the questions, Sam. Cheers. Next set of questions are from LFC Gamer. Thank you very much. Okay, first question is. This may be a common question, but do you have any New Year resolutions? As I said, no. I don't mind hashtags for certain things, but when people put it in a sentence or not using it in a correct manner, it just doesn't seem right. What are your opinions on this? I don't use Twitter enough to be that bothered by it, if I'm honest. Twitter's just there to talk to people now and again. You know, people want to contact me who watch my videos and everything. I'm always there to have a chat. You know, provided I'm not doing anything, obviously I'm not busy, but yeah, generally I don't really use it as heavily as a lot of people would use it, so that kind of thing doesn't bug me as much. I do find it kind of annoying that they use hashtags for everything, and sometimes, like, when I see an advert for a packet of crisps or something, I think, oh, really? It's like their Facebook pages for this bullshit, and it's just, oh, come on. It's just really shit marketing. Do you like platinum copies of PlayStation games, or do you much prefer the black label copies? Definitely the black label. I don't like platinum at all. I think they look ugly, and they usually crop the artwork and all, and it looks crap. So yeah, if I can, I always go for black label. What do you think would? Who do you think, sorry, would win a drinking contest? Oh Jesus, George Michael or Paul Gascoigne? Gazza, he'd drink George Michael under the table easily. Will you be getting the Angry Video Game movie on Blu-ray? Now, I was going to buy this. When I saw the announcement from James's channel, I was going to buy it. Unfortunately, it was only available on American bloody Amazon. Now, I mean, I could get it because I've actually had a good experience with American Amazon the last couple of days with ridiculously fast priority shipping. Just to let you know, Supernatural Season 9 is out on Blu-ray in America. For some reason, it doesn't appear to be out in this country, and it doesn't seem to be getting a release date, which is really weird because it comes out every year. But I found that the American Blu-ray works on our players as well, so I was like, awesome. So I went onto eBay, and the cheapest one I could get on eBay ended up being £3 more than actually ordering it from Amazon.com and using priority shopping from the priority shipping from the States. I mean, priority shipping's expensive, but it ends up working out altogether cheaper. But anyway, I ordered it the weekend on the Sunday. Monday they shipped it with a view to arriving next week, and it arrived 2 days ago on it's Friday today, yeah, on Wednesday. I couldn't believe it. The guy turned up with it. I was like, how is that possible? 2 days from America. That is awesome. I mean, that's Amazon, man. That's quality. So yeah, I might get it eventually if I see it on eBay or something. But then again, it'd probably be like dickheads selling it for silly prices on eBay, wouldn't it? But I want to watch it because I've not seen it yet, and I know I've seen a lot of people say it ain't that good. I suppose it depends if you like his type of humour. I actually find him quite funny. So yeah, it depends. What would you do if Britney Spears with your girlfriend? Be content. Let's put it that way. If she's my wife, I'm happy, that's it, done. I can die happy then. Have you beaten Super Mario Kart on 150cc? Not yet. I'm trying. I don't think I've ever done it because it's just really bloody hard when you get the faster speeds. But yeah, it is something I need to do because I've been saying to Retro Dave I need to do that as well for a long time because he's done it on 50, 100 and 150 and I need to beat him, so yeah. Right, do you like chocolates? Hell yes. Anything ice cream, chocolate, anything like that, all good. Doesn't do me any good because I put on loads of weight, but it is really nice. Do you prefer roasted or salted nuts? I like both, but probably roasted. What was your best bargain for a rare SNES game? Probably Peacekeepers was the best one I did. I paid like, I think 50, 60 quid, which was absolute bargain because now it hardly ever comes up now and people just ask stupid money for it when it does come up for sale. And I mean really silly money. I saw a guy in Spain a few months back. I can't remember if it was 300 or 400 quid he wanted for it. It wasn't even in as good condition as mine either. And I think it was missing something as well. And that's just like, that is ridiculous. No one is going to pay that, mate. It's not worth that at all. It's ridiculous. My copy did go to a fellow YouTuber, so they got a really good deal there. And they know that anyway. Right. Other than Sony, what other brands do good CRT TVs? I've had a few CRTs by Toshiba in the past and they've been beast. Yeah, the only ones I've ever had have been Sony, Toshiba, and what else have I had? Yeah, I think the main ones I've had actually, Sony and Toshiba. And yeah, Toshiba TVs, fantastic CRTs, really good. I mean, I've had a couple of those 36-inch ones. I had one when they first came out years ago. I bought a big beast 36-inch, and that was a killer TV. The quality was just stunning, and the Sonys are great. Obviously, other people will say, like, you know, Panasonic and Pioneer, I suppose. I don't know, did Pioneer make CRTs? I'm sure they did. They would have probably been good tellies. But the main one is Bang & Olufsen. As you'll see from most of the channels on YouTube, people rave about Bang & Olufsen TVs because they're absolutely stellar. The unfortunate thing is trying to get one. Where I live is a pain in the arse because I'm in the southwest, so every time I look on eBay, they're either all the way up north in Bradford and around that area, or they're all in London, and none of them ship them, so I can never get one. So yeah, it's a pain in the arse, really. I'm using a spare bedroom to create a gaming room, something that I've been planning on doing for years. What are your top tips on how a game room should be like? The only thing I can say, mate, is it's got to be personal. It has to be to your tastes, and that's the only thing that comes into it, really, more than anything. It's alright watching videos and that, and I do it myself. Look at other people's game rooms to get inspiration, for like ideas for like storage and shelving and all that. It really helps a lot. So I definitely advise watching a lot of YouTube game room tours just to get an idea and sense of what other people are doing, and it might influence you a little bit. But ultimately, you need to, like, the colour of the room needs to be your taste, what you want. You have to lay it out the way you want it. It depends what you're having in the room. Obviously, with me at the moment, I've got my games over there. I've got some in the corner as well, Mega Drive games, but I've got the machines and the TVs behind me, and then over this side of the room is my music and action figure section. So I've got all my Amiibos on the shelves. I've got my records, my record deck and speakers. So I've got it all separated up so I know where everything is, and it also helps for videos as well, because I do different videos on my channel. I can flip around for different backgrounds is the idea, and it just makes it, and like Adam 16-bit Brit said, my game room is starting to have a very clean look to it, and it just depends what you like. If you like clutter, you like clean, you like bright, you like dark. It is all a personal thing, and it really does just come together as you progress, and it is honestly the best thing in the world to just sit down and have a good think about it. Don't just rush in, because I've done it so many times and it never works out. This time out, I've actually taken my time and I've thought about exactly what I want in the room, what I'm going to store in the room in terms of games, etc., and how I want it to look. And it just sort of evolves organically every time you put a new little bit of furniture in, or you paint a wall, or you do something to it. So yeah, and even the flooring, you know, I took the carpet out, put wood flooring down, sorry, laminate flooring, not wood flooring. But yeah, it is just an organic process, and you have to just have a good think about it. And as I say, watch a lot of videos on YouTube, you'll get a lot of inspiration, and it helps with things like shelving as well, how other people do it, and it might make you think, oh, I quite like that idea, and just go with it. Okay, next question. Do you think that music from the 60s is better than the stuff in the 80s, or do you think it's vice versa? Probably on par. A lot of the 60s stuff's really good, I do like that. I'm not a Beatles fan at all, never have been, just don't interest me at all. But some of the other 60s stuff, like the Kinks, quality music, and I'm hearing things again. Freaky. I thought I heard someone coming in there. Strange. Yeah, but 80s is quality music. I mean, there's just so much good stuff. I mean, me personally, I'd rather go with the 90s because that's more me. That's my kind of music. But yeah, I like both 80s and 60s. I've just never been a massive fan of either of them. And obviously, a lot of people like, when I was in my 20s, there's a lot of people going to 80s bars and making a big dinners, like, and it's all Duran Duran and all that shit, and none of that does it for me. It's all more Madonna, Michael Jackson, 80s, you know, and Guns N' Roses, that kind of thing. So next question is, I only comment on videos from people who I find honest, have very similar taste, and have a good sense of humour, than someone who draws attention to themselves and begs for more this and that, instead of caring for the subs. I on the same wavelength. Thanks, mate. That means quite a lot if that's the reason you're commenting. That's awesome. Yeah, as I said before, with videos, when I'm subscribing to a channel, it always is down to the person and their personality. I can tell within literally 5 to 10 seconds of watching the first video of somebody if I'm going to subscribe to that person straight away. It is about, to me, how they come across on camera more than it is about what they're actually talking about. Because obviously the subject itself is something I've clicked on already because I've seen the title of the video, so I know it's something I'll be interested in. It's then how the person comes across on camera and how they present whatever they're talking about. So if they're talking about a video game, like they've been doing pickups, you know, I want to be engaged, I want to hear a story. That's always been a thing with me. It's like, I like people who don't just come on and go, I got this, I got this, I got this, because that's boring. I like people to come on and say, right, I've been looking for this game for so long and it's been eluding me and I haven't been able to track it down. Then the other week so-and-so told me about this auction and I found this auction and the price was amazing and I put an offer in and the guy came back to me and he wouldn't accept my offer, so I went back with another offer. And it's a bit of a, like, you know, a nice little story leading up to it, and you get a bit of history as to why the person has bought what they've bought and why they like it. And I love that. To me, that's really important. So yeah, I mean, I only ever subscribe to channels that I really like a lot because there's just no point otherwise. I won't just subscribe for the sake of it. Okay. Do you like sitcoms like Bottom and The Young Ones? Yeah, absolutely. It's my kind of humour, so I love Bottom, Young Ones, Red Dwarf, Monty Python, all that kind of stuff. It's just absolutely quality stuff. My English is getting worse, you know that. Have you ever owned the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo? Yes, I have, and actually Jay Cybersnake 7 actually owns that now because he bought a load of games off me and some peripherals. So yes, I have owned it, and pretty cool actually. I like the idea of that. It's really good. It works a treat. And it's quite nice for someone like me who's not a big handheld guy. It's a good way to experience a handheld game, so yeah, quality. So cheers mate, thank you for the questions. Next questions are from Muzz247365, and he asks, In the last video, which Xbox were you talking about? The green clear case one? Yeah, that special edition one. Not is it Mountain Dew? I think there's a Mountain Dew one in America, and I don't know if that's blue or green actually thinking about it. But yeah, the green one that we've got in the UK, it's like a dark, clear green. It's a black jewel in the middle. Fantastic. I love that console. What did you get for Christmas, and did you get everything you hoped for? Well, I've already put the video up, so I'm assuming you've seen that. Yeah, I did. More than what I expected to get. I was really chuffed with my presents actually. Yeah, fantastic. I've been listening to my records, and I'm watching Arrow season 2 at the moment. I'm loving it. It's absolutely brilliant. Amiibos are up on the shelf. So. You love Christmas, but what about New Year's Eve? No, don't give a shit about New Year's Eve. If I'm honest, it doesn't do it for me at all. The only good thing about New Year's Eve is Jules Holland. That's it. You know, maybe I'm getting older, but for a long time now, probably over 10 years now, I just haven't really cared about New Year's Eve. Back in the day, I used to go to the rock clubs and everything. That was alright, it was good fun. But I just got to a point I got bored of New Year's Eve because the whole, especially when I lived in Birmingham anyway, you have to go out into town. You know, it's a long ride out into town. It's about half an hour, 40 minutes to get into town. You get into the town centre, you walk, well, the city centre should I say. You go around a few bars, get hammered, have a good night. It comes to about 2, 3 in the morning. You can't get a taxi out of town. You can't walk home because it takes forever. It takes like an hour and a half to get home. So it's just a pain in the arse. And I just got to the point of like, what's the point of doing this? You might as well just go around your friend's house and all get together and have a drink. Or just not bother. And it's not a big deal to me, it's just New Year's Eve. It's like, yeah, it's just another New Year and you just got to hope it gets better than the last one. Did you take a nap on Christmas Day? I always find it difficult to stay awake after all that food. I think I did it at one point, yeah. Yeah, I did later in the afternoon. It sort of hits you then, it's sort of like, you're alright, you're happy, and then suddenly you just go, and you're gone. Maybe that's old age as well. Have you been into gaming on the PC? Have you never been into gaming on the PC? Not never. I was when I was younger. As I've said before, I started by playing Wolfenstein, then Doom, then Quake, and Duke Nukem as well was another one I played at the time, which I actually loved, Duke Nukem 3D. Yeah, I played a few, and there's all that shareware at the time. I used to play a few of those games that come out and all. There was one I can't remember. I'm sure it was by Apogee, and it's a platform, 2D side-on platformer. A guy with a pink top and blue jeans, was it? I can't remember what it was called. It was a good game, that was, anyway. But I used to play a lot of that shareware stuff. That was really good. But in terms of, I suppose, what you call proper PC gaming like today, no, it doesn't interest me the slightest. I'd rather just play on a console, it's easier. Any plans for a Bluray Collection video? I can definitely do that actually, that's not a bad idea. I haven't done one of those for a long time and I've got a lot more films now. My Blu-ray collection is a lot bigger than it used to be, so yeah, good idea, I'll do that in the future. Has this winter been too mild and is it due to global warming? It has been mild, but for the last few years, to be quite honest, down here, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, there hasn't been like heavy snow or anything like we used to get when I was a kid, and in fact for a long, when I think about it, even when I was in Birmingham, it was never that bad. Occasionally you might get a bit of snow, but I don't think it's global warming at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, global warming is a thing, and I do believe in it. I not believe in it, it's a scientific fact, it's happening, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there is something. What am I talking absolute bollocks? Shall I start again? Yeah, global warming is a real thing. Anyone who denies it is a twat, because it's true. Yeah, it's science, it's fact, it's happening. There are things that can be done to prevent it, or not prevent it, but to slow it down. Unfortunately, the governments of this world will not allow that to happen. There's too much money invested, and pollution is never going to stop. It's a complicated issue. I don't know a lot about it. From what I've read and watched, it probably won't affect me. I'll be dead by the time it ever makes any difference, so it doesn't really matter. But you should really think about the future generations, of course. And it would be nice if we could all come together and actually treat this planet with respect. But that's never going to happen, is it? Because humanity is just, humans just like to kill each other for some reason over pointless bullshit. It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for the questions. Okay, what we got next? Okay, next questions are from Segas sent me one. Do you look at RPG games in the same way that I see chess? You know it's good to play, but never seem to get immersed in them. It's more that I just don't. I have a barrier to entry with RPGs. I don't understand how they work. I don't get what you're supposed to do. Because I've said before, and I try to play Zelda, and you're sort of just plopped in this world, and it's like, go on. And there's no. It's not like any other game. You can just pick it up and you can work out. Because most games are linear. So you can kind of work out you're going to get from A to B and kill anything in between. Whereas with Link, you've got to run around and you've got to discover and you've got to meet people. And I just can't get my head around it. I need something to just start me off to say, like, you know, you talk to someone when you first start the game and say, right, you need to find this key. So maybe you should go and talk to that bloke, and you're going to have to find the local, whatever he is, I don't know, wizard or whatever. Go and have a chat with him, and then he'll say, oh, I'll help you out if you did this, and you start going that way. But they sort of throw you in and just expect you to find your own way around, and I can't play like that. It does made him. And the whole levelling up thing and all, and the turn-based games in particular, I've said before, I can't get my head around what the hell people find fun about turn-based fighting. What a load of shite that is. So yeah, and chess is a game that I would love to learn. Very difficult game, very intellectual game, but I'd like to have a go at that because it could be quite interesting. Have you heard of the up-and-coming barricades, even sign? And if so, is that something you see taking off here? Right, okay, so I'm assuming that you mean like the normal barcades where they have arcades in a bar. I don't know. Is that right? Let me know. If it is, because I know Rich, what's his bloody YouTube name, mate? He hasn't been on it for a while. Oh, Jesus Christ, what's his bloody YouTube name? Sorry, Rich, if you're watching. I think he's up in Leicester. He does a lot of barcades and really cool events. So yeah, I think that's a bloody great idea. What's his bloody YouTube name? Oh, that's so annoying when that happens. Okay, let's talk light gun games. Okay. Where are they on the new systems? Good question. Where are they? I think what we get on the last one, Time Crisis 4, Time Crisis Raising Storm, there was the House of the Dead games, Overkill. Yeah, there ain't a lot, is there really? They're not really making much of an effort. They should bring them back because they are brilliant. Maybe it's down to the TVs that we've got nowadays, and obviously with Time Crisis 4 you had those sensors you have to hang either side. But you know, the Wii Remote works a treat. I mean, that's another one of the Resident Evil games on the Wii as well. So the Wii sensor works. The problem I've got with that was always the fact that it's not a light gun game because you've just got a cursor on the screen, you're just moving the cursor around. That's not a light gun game. There's no skill to that at all. So yeah, bring them back. That's what we need, light gun games. Okay. Light gun first person shooters, yay or nay? Yay, definitely. Got a favourite video game quote? Not that I can think of. Right, his is a toss-up between I used to be an adventurer. I can't speak today. I used to be an adventurer just like you, but then I took an arrow in the knee. Or, Jill, here's a lockpick. It might come in handy for you. The master unlocking, take it with you. Nice. Probably my one, it's going to be the classic woodchuck one. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck chuck wood. Monkey Island was just a brilliant game, and I just love that. It was really funny. Do you remember a show when you were a wee toddler at primary school called Through the Dragon's Eye? I don't, mate. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to look that up and see what it is. Ever seen Alicia Keys perform Gummy Bears theme song live? No, I haven't. Now that is something I've got to look at. Alicia Keys is fit. Yeah, I'll check that out on YouTube. Have a look at that. That's random. Do you like manga or anime? Not really. It's not something I've ever been able to get into. It's weird because I like Western animation, like the old classic 80s cartoons, but maybe that was just because I've brought up with that. But yeah, the Japanese stuff I find hard to get into. As I've said many a time before, the only one I've ever really watched was Akira, which I thought was really good actually. I enjoyed that at the time. I tried watching Fist of the North Star, couldn't get into that at all. And yeah, that's just not something I've really got into, to be quite honest with you. And remember, right, the anime is the film, manga's the comics, isn't it? If that's right. Yeah, and comics, I'm just completely oblivious to comics. I don't know anything about them, whether they're Western or Japanese. Have you walked around this? What the hell? Okay. Okay, right, fair enough. Know where you're going with it now. Have you walked around this mofo lately? Is it me or British folk getting ruder, gregarious, and taking lessons on how to rip each other rip its citizens off? It seems the only decent ones left are your subscribers and yourself. We seem to have this "what's in it for me" attitude, even if it's for even in charity. Yeah, mate. Honestly, I don't get it at all, to be quite honest with you. I don't know what's going on with society in this country at the moment. And I think in general, I watched a couple of programmes over the Christmas period. These ones you have on Channel 5 and Channel 4, and more Channel 5 because Channel 4 is terrible. But these looking back at celebrity moments and shocking moments and that. And I just sit there and I'm like, I don't know who that is, I don't know who that is. oh, there's some random twat off some bullshit reality program, they're not actually famous for anything. Or there's some fucking idiot who was on Twitter and Facebook and made a famous name for themselves by being a complete knob. Yeah, it just seems like there's like a very caveman element to me. It seems like people are just reverting backwards and not evolving, and the language is going away. English is dying severely because most of the younger generation can't seem to speak it, let alone bloody write it. God, I sound like such an old man, but it's true. And it just seems like people are getting a lot thicker. They're not making any effort anymore. They're very selfish and self-absorbed and don't care about anyone. And it's all about me, me, me. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this a while ago. I might have done. I was in a petrol station a while ago at a famous supermarket. Not the biggest one, but the Ant and Dec one. And I was in the petrol station, done my petrol, walked up to the shop to go and pay. And I walk in there, and there's a woman in there on a phone, right? She's on a mobile, chatting away at the counter, and the woman behind the counter says to her, "Can you please not use your mobile outside? You need to turn it off when you go out outside." And she just sort of looked at her, and then turned around and walked away, and walked out into the forecourt with her phone on. And it's like, everybody knows you don't use your mobile or your cell phone in a bloody petrol station, right? I don't know if it ever would actually cause any issues, but they've always said that you shouldn't do it, right? And this selfish woman just totally ignored the woman behind the counter and just walked out like bollocks, basically. I'm going to use my phone, I don't give a shit if it blows the petrol station up, you know what I mean? It's like, you bitch. It's like, think about other people. That's all I'm saying is, just think about the rest of the people around you and your community. Because, you know, majority of people are good people, and they're nice, and they're friendly. But there's a lot of arseholes that are ruining this country, and it's a bloody shame. Anyway, yeah, that could go on for a while. Do you remember Dungeons and Dragons cartoon? Hell yes, that was brilliant. I used to love that cartoon back in the day. What's that? Yeah, it's Staff. That's Thundercats. What was I thinking? Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons wanted to go on the ride into the wall, into the mountain. I do remember it. I'm just trying to think of the characters in bloody Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, I did watch it. I don't know why Snarf came into my head, and that was weird. Right. Have you ever collected the original Game Boy despite not being a huge handheld fan? No, I have considered it, and I did try with Game Boy Advance at one point, but no, I just can't be asked, to be honest with you. I did actually know. He's just asking me if I knew about the fact that when the Super Famicom was released in Japan, Nintendo had to ship it? That's a classic, that is. Nintendo had to ship it secretly and launch it at midnight for fear of the Yakuza stealing them all. I did read that somewhere a while ago. Yeah, that's mad. It's not surprising, I suppose, but you know. And the final question is, what is your favourite looking console based on design, colour and durability? Colour's a hard one because most of them are bloody grey or black. So I don't really think I can factor that in. Obviously you have got the fantastic N64s which look amazing. Design and durability, it's going to, I don't know, mate. It's going to be between the Super Nintendo or the Super Famicom, not the American version, but the PAL and Japanese version, and the PlayStation. Because I really like the design of the PlayStation. I still think the PlayStation 1 looks good now. Considering how old it is now, it's 20 years old, and the design looks really nice. I like the lid, the way it just gently lifts up. I like the big round buttons for the start and eject, and the little button for reset. I like the little PlayStation logo on the lid, and the way they put Sony across the top. I like the vents down the side. I just think, yeah, actually the PlayStation is a really good design. It's really nice. So yeah, I can't really pick one. I'd have to go with the Super Nintendo PAL or Famicom Jap and the PlayStation. Cheers for the questions, mate. Nice set of questions there. Right, next question from Mr. K. Hewitt. And he asks, it's in Star Fox, would you like to see multiplayer and online dogfight battle mode? Yeah, could be good. Be interesting to see how it would work. But yeah, definitely, why not? Okay, so I know he's got some more questions up above, I've just got to find out where they are. Okay, here we go. And the rest of the questions from Mr. Hewitt are, so first question is, I got Toad Treasure Tracker for Christmas and I absolutely love it, you jammy bastard. It's pure Nintendo at its best in my opinion. Are you going to buy it? Very good value. As I said earlier, absolutely. As soon as Amazon sort my order out, I'll have a copy. Because I can't wait to play it, it looks really good. I love the mini games on Mario 3D World, I thought they're fantastic. And I was watching Kit and Crystal on a Nintendo Mini playing Toad Treasure Tracker and I was like, yeah, can't wait. I'm really looking forward to that one. First great game of the year, that is. Did you have a good Christmas? Yeah, not bad, thanks. Pretty decent, got some great presents, ate a lot of good food, drank some beer, watched some random shit on TV, so yeah, watched some films and that, so yeah, all good. What's the best way to use up leftover turkey? Best way is turkey curry. That is quality. I haven't had it for years, because I can't cook myself, and our mum don't cook curry anymore, unfortunately. She can never be asked on the Boxing Day, so it tends to be like turkey salad, turkey sandwiches, turkey whatever else, or even just rip the bloody leg off and eat it that way. But yeah, turkey curry is quality. What's the likelihood of you going full set Amiibo? I'm sort of on the fence still. I thought I was going to lean towards doing it. It's just there's some characters I just don't want in the collection. I just don't see the point. I really think Mario and Luigi have been let down big time. They're the two flagship characters and yet the two Amiibo figures don't look very good. I hate the fireball on Mario. I don't like the pose for Luigi, he looks ridiculous. And there are other characters like Wii Fit Trainer, I just don't see the point in owning them. It's just a waste of time. Same with the RPG ones like Marth. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's just I don't even think the character looks that amazing, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, the villager, however, looks really cool. Even though the character means nothing to me, I really like the design of the character. It looks good. So I don't think I will. But I'll wait and see. I think what the best thing to do is just pick up the ones I want. When they eventually get to the point where there's no more Amiibos coming out, which twice times if that will ever happen. But if it does, then I'll decide if I'm going to get back and fill the gaps in. At which point the game they'll probably be like 50 quid each, and I won't be able to anyway. But and okay, is Star Fox Wii U likely to come out before E3? No, it's coming out at the end of 2015. They've already said that, so there's no likely, unless they surprise us, of course. But the original idea last year they said was holiday 2015, so it's Christmas time. Of course, it depends on how fast development happens, but I'm expecting at least a demo at E3 anyway. When I got a new Wii U game sealed for Christmas, I was reluctant to unseal it. But when I did, loved the smell. Did you get these emotions too? Well, everybody likes the smell of new games. It's just the chemicals in it, it's just great. But yeah, I couldn't leave us the Wii U games sealed. There's not much point really. What's your most anticipated game in 2015? Mine is Star Fox. Same here, mate. Definitely. It's still a bit of an unknown quantity. We don't know what the hell Miyamoto's going to do with it. I just hope to God he listens to the fans and does it right and makes it a proper Star Fox. None of this getting out your ship and running the main crap. Just let us fly around, blow the shit out of stuff. Keep all the old guys there. Falco, Peppy, Slippy. Just you can give us new vehicles like you did in Star Fox 64 with the tank, which was absolutely brilliant. No problem at all. But just don't make us run around. I hated them. I know it wasn't Nintendo that made them, was it? But those GameCube games were bloody awful. I really want Virtual Console GBA games on a 3DS. They're available on Wii U, but I think the Wii U should only have home console Virtual Console games, and the 3DS should have only handheld VC games. Yeah, probably right actually. I do agree with that. I think if you're going to have a Virtual Console on both the 3DS and the Wii U, then the Wii U should have all the console games from NES, SNES, N64, etc. And then the 3DS has all the Game Boy stuff, and the DS games. It's just obvious. What do you think of Shovel Knight? It's download only, which might put you off, but I really want it to come out on disc. I've seen it, never played it, as you know, because I don't do digital. I have heard a lot of good things about it. Colin Moriarty at IGN absolutely raves about the game. It does look interesting, looks my kind of game, so yeah, if it comes out on the disc, I might give it a shot. Did you get slippers for Christmas? No, because I've already got some. There you go. The feet is coming off, hang on. Those are my slippers. They're monkeys. Right, okay. What's your favourite Christmas recipe food? And thanks for answering my questions, no problem at all. Christmas recipe and food. Pretty much anything that's going, I'm not fussy at all. It's more snacks, like nuts and Bombay mix, which we couldn't get this year for some reason. There seems to be a shortage, which is a bit weird. I absolutely love that stuff. Just anything, you can just, when you're crashing in front of the TV and watching films, looking at the Back to the Future trilogy this year, which by the way, what is the point of putting films on the TV if you're just going to chop them up? They edited Back to the Future, the most family-friendly trilogy ever made, and they edited bits out of the films, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, so the TV in this country is a joke. It's getting like China. Stop it. Just stop doing that. It's stupid. It's totally pointless. When people can get access to anything they want on the internet 24/7. So you can see a lot worse on the internet than you'll ever see on the TV in this country. But yeah, anyway, that's a bit random. But yeah, food-wise, I'd say Bombay mix, nuts, sandwiches, crisps, just anything really, just snack food. That's my favourite stuff at Christmas, and mince pies, of course. Cheers for the questions, mate. Well, the screen's gone a bit weird. Next set of questions are from my good mate Adam, Shock16. Cheers, Adam. And his first question is, much like myself, you're a follically challenged chap. Probably due to the overuse of hair products and mistreatment of your hair during your teen years. Yeah, how much one is? Well, this is my excuse anyway. However, if you were to wake up tomorrow morning with a full head of hair, what hairstyle would you be sporting these days? It'd probably be down here, mate, to be honest with you. I'd just let it grow out and just straighten it and see what happens. That's where I'd go with it, yeah. Because you've got to, if you're getting it back, you've got to make the most out of it. Would you like to ask me a question right now, live on camera, for my upcoming Q&A? Okay, yeah, put me on the spot, Adam. Simple question, what are your future plans for YouTube? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'll go with that one. Right, okay. And that is the last question of the day. So there we go, guys, that is it. First episode of Ask Snes for 2015 is done. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for everybody who asked me a question, really appreciate that. As I say, guys, if you do have questions for me, just drop them in the comments below and I'll put a new response up every Friday. And if you do like this video, please get a thumbs up, share it around, really does help as well to get it noticed. And I've really enjoyed doing this today, it's been great. First video of the new year. Hopefully 2015 will be absolutely brilliant for all of us. And I hope you just have a lot of fun, that's the main thing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all again next week.